It's Saturday. It's supposed to be my recovery day, but I can't not train. And so I'm about to hit a PR. I know I'm gonna hit it because I can easily do 40-pound push-up, but I wanted to add 2 8-pound dumbbells, which will make it 56. I just wanna see how much I can rep out with that. I know I'm gonna hit it. It's light work, but I never hit push-ups with this much weight before, so I just wanna see how much reps I can get. 2 8s, 20 here, 20 up here. It's not that big a difference. Yeah, that's super uncomfortable. I'm getting a weight vest. This shit sucks, bro. There's a weight that's just sticking, like the end part of the dumbbell is sticking on the middle of my back. This shit hurts, dude. Lightweight. Lightweight. And it's leaning. That's 2. I had another one, but it's recovery day. So that was like 12 reps. If I could do 12 reps of that, honestly, I think I could do 80. I could do 80. I feel like I could do 2 reps of 80. I need a weight vest. It is Sunday. Not much work to do because usually my weekends are gonna be editing. So I've been kind of filling the editing with studying and training, recovery. But I did just get my scale. I'm gonna cut up a shit ton of chicken, weigh everything out, and then see how much pounds I get. I paid, let me get the chicken. That's a shit ton of meat. Not more than, yeah, about 5 pounds in here. And I paid $12. So I just gotta cut up all this into strips. I'm not doing slices because I like the strips better. They just cook better. They're easier to cook, faster to cook. So I'm gonna cut this up, see how much pounds of strips I can get and how much money I saved. That's crispy. That one's not so crispy. That's crispy. Let's chef it up. All right, that's enough. 3 pounds. Don't worry, I cleaned the bags. No salmonella here. $12, 3 pounds, all strips. Did I save money? Yes. Did I save time? No. In total, I probably saved like $5. It was not worth the time. I don't want to say it's too early to not enter this trade, but I just wasn't prepared coming into it. I was logged into my accounts, but I wasn't linked up with everything. What I mean is, on TradingView, the symbol is different because futures contracts are just weird. I had to kind of just mix and match everything so I can look at options data as well as the chart at the same time and make sure I'm looking at the right thing, and I wasn't prepared. And then 9:30 came, and when 9:30 came, my setup was there, but I wasn't on the proper chart to see the setup, and I didn't obviously take the trade. And I'm not gonna chase this trade, but I mean, it's right there. So I was supposed to enter down here because here's the sweep and here's my entry. I already knew what was gonna happen. I was already bullish because looking at the tape, there is very, very high open interest on out of the money calls, and that gave me a lot of bullish confirmation as well as with price action, but I wasn't prepared. If I get another entry, I'll probably enter on it. Like right now, there's a bearish candle coming down, but I'm not gonna chase it. Clarity. This is SPY, right? But this is index SPY. This is a futures contract SPY. There's futures contracts, like symbols that are for different months and different expirations, which makes sense, but it's just annoying to get through. Especially, this is my first time setting up for this week, so I'm not really like that disappointed. I don't really care because there's gonna be more moves, but I wasn't prepared, dude. And that just sucks because I would have had this right here, entry right here. This would have been my second entry, but I didn't give it to me. And this is what I was waiting for after I missed this. This just didn't come, and then obviously I'm not gonna enter, I'm not gonna chase, but price is shooting up. So on the 4-hour candle, I'm expecting price to hit this level right here because this is a high, as well as this high matches up with high open interest 60-50 right here, 7K high volume. The only thing I didn't like about this was the implied volatility was going down on the in the money calls, but it's not like that much of a difference to where it would have made me not take the trade because there's not gonna be much volatility today. First of all, it's Monday, and second of all, there's no news. There's no news drivers, so there's no volatility. So that's why I wasn't really too concerned about the IV. There is G7 meetings. I don't know. I guess something can come out with that. Another thing I was looking at, the puts, there's this on 60/50 open interest for puts as well. And that kind of just confirmed it right there. And then low OI, decent OI, but nothing compared to this 7K level right here with 9K volume. And then you can see that the spread is tight. You know, when spread is tight, that means there's certainty in pricing wherever spread is tight up here, and there's uncertainty down here. But since there's no volume, I wasn't expecting that uncertainty to drive the price down. Another thing that I saw was on the daily chart, because there's no uncertainty in the market, there's no volume, which means there's no uncertainty, no crazy uncertainty, right? I expect price to climb slowly up, because when there's uncertainty, you get spikes like this. So whenever there's big spikes of volume, you get drawdown. But the typical IV smile for futures contracts, Nasdaq? SPY. This is SPY. For SPY is it's like a Nike check, which means that basically price will slowly grind up until there's a huge surge in volume and then spike down and then slowly grind up. So when there's no expected volume for the day, then I expect price to just slowly climb up, and that's essentially what it's doing. Also, there's an order block level here that was touched into last week. Everything was just pointing for bullish confirmation to me, and if we look at it, I mean, I just missed my 2 entries. Who cares? There's gonna be more opportunities in the market, so I'm not really caring too much about this. Be back for PM session though. PM session's mine. PM session is my go-to. That's my bread and butter. Always, always, always. Or it was. I just started manual trading again. So I was manual trading for like a year and a half, and then I was break even. I wasn't a negative trader, but I wasn't profitable. I was break even, right? I was trading the same strategy, which is the strategy I'm using right now, which is a strategy that I've studied like through and through. The only thing is now I'm adding confirmation bias with the tape reading of options data. And it honestly, it gives me like a better understanding of my setup, and it's a great confirmation. But I did trade last week on demo, just not with this much like bullshit, because I traded on demo on Trade Locker. Now I'm trading on TradingView and TradeOvate, and I'm using Webull for tape. It's a lot of mixing and matching, so it's gonna take getting used to. That's why I wasn't prepared this morning, but PM session I'm gonna be prepared, because now I know what to do, and tomorrow I'm gonna be prepared. And tomorrow there's gonna be volume, so I'm expecting bearish pricing wherever the IV is at for me, and wherever the high OI is at, because that's like a magnet zone for me. That's something I interpret as just like price has to get there eventually, and if everything else matches up, then I know it's gonna get there, especially if there's confirmation with my price action. That's a setup, brother. That's a setup that I'm willing to risk a full 1% on. A full 1%, yes. There's no need to risk any more than that. Not until you're like, you have a buffer zone. Because right now I'm in a challenge. I'm in a top step challenge. But not until you're in a buffer zone, there's no need to risk more than 1%. There's no need, especially with a top step, it's a 50K account, bro. It's 50K in that account. That's a lot. There's no need to risk more than 500 bucks. I'm honestly, for my first few trades, I'm risking 250, a 0.5%, because I need to build that buffer before I can start risking more and more. Also, I need to build my confidence, right? I'm just getting back into this. There was like a period where I wasn't trading, so I need to build my confidence back up as well. Not that I'm not already confident, like this is a big change coming from algo trading back to manual trading. And from after this, I'm going to go back to algo trading, of course, but this is just something I'm going to focus on for now. The options data, as well as price action and confluence, I feel like is a cheat code, and we're going to find out this week. Small loss on SPY for PM session. So, I mean, there's not much to talk about. I read it wrong. Obviously, I was just wrong, but I didn't risk much because I didn't have too much confidence in it, but there was still my setup, so I took it. I only risked 120. Yeah, I mean, I was wrong. So, there's no more trades for the day. I was looking at NASDAQ to see if I could find something. There's nothing. I mean, I should have been trading NASDAQ instead of SPY. I like NASDAQ better, but the thing is I can't find the tape for NASDAQ that matches up, because you can see this is NASDAQ, but it's 19,685 on Webull and then 21,936 on TradingView as well as TradeVate. And that's what I was talking about, like matching everything up and making sure that I'm trading the right symbol. So I have to make sure that the prices align between TradeVate, Webull, and TradingView for me to actually take the trade. It's just annoying, bro. But yeah, lost on SPY. I would have been trading NASDAQ, which on NASDAQ, there is no signal here for me to go long. Like NASDAQ was giving short. I guess in hindsight, I should have been looking at both symbols for confirmation, but who cares, bro? Tomorrow should be a better day anyways, and if not, then the next day will be better. And if not, then fuck it, the next day. And if not, then the next week, dude, because I ain't fucking stopping. I don't revenge trade. That's what you're supposed to do when you lose, my brother. My brethren, that's what you do. You close everything. Fuck out of here. You close everything and you go on about your day. It's that simple. Yeah, so for tomorrow, should have 8:30 volume, 9, that's shit. Low impact. I mean, it's something, I guess. FOMC on Wednesday, as well as unemployment. And then Thursday is a bank holiday. What holiday, bro? What is Thursday? Oh, cool. That's fun. America. I have a risk sheet that I created a while back ago when I was actually manually trading, but essentially it just helps me to track where my progress is at and when I should cut down my risk, depending on what the account balance drawdown is at. So if my account drops down to 49,500, then I would be dropping the risk from 1% to 0.5%, and then so on. And this allows me to take on 25 losses in a row before blowing the account, which is near impossible. The probability with a string loss of this much, not impossible, but quite rare. Especially, I only take maximum like 3 trades per day, maximum, and usually I would take 2 trades, or 1 trade, 2 trades per day. 2 trades is gonna be rare unless I find a setup for AM and PM, but still, like for today's setup, like I said, I risked like 125, which wasn't even a full percent. It was a 1/4%, so I'm still in this bracket of my loss streak, which is honestly phenomenal, because I can find a better setup next time and risk a 0.5% and then still be in this bracket and be just fine. So I'm giving myself a nice big cushion to fall back on before blowing the account. There's also win streaks to keep track of. So whenever I'm on a streak and I'm feeling hot, there's a multiplier that gets added to whatever bracket you're in. So if I'm on, let's say, a 10 win streak, and then I add a 1.75 multiplier to my risk, regardless of what bracket I'm in, I can be right here, and that would just make my risk 1% and 3/4, which is like $875 risk, which is not bad. It's a nice multiplier, because you know, when you're on a streak, you want to take advantage of your streak. I just want to say really quickly, I'm live trading, and yes, I spent 3 months learning algo trading, and I still am going to do algo trading, but right now I'm just saving up capital for algo trading. Automated algorithmic trading, however the fuck you want to call it, bro, it's the same shit. I'm just saving up capital for servers so that I can run my live test, because I already have my back test, I already have my algos, I already have all that shit, but I'm just waiting. I need capital for servers. I don't need capital for the actual bots, because I'm going to be live testing for about 2 weeks to a month on the algorithms that I already have, and then if they've proven to be successful, then I'll throw in whatever money, it doesn't matter, but I just need server money, and that's quite annoying. That's why I'm focused on live trading for the time being until I get server money, and once I get the server money, I'm launching ASAP, because manual trading, bro, yeah, I like it, but it's nothing compared to algorithmic trading. I know that for a fact, because I'm sitting here at this desk for like probably 4 hours looking at charts when I can just have a robot do it for me that I've already developed. It just needs to be live tested. So let's think about it. Would you rather do the work yourself or let your hard work pay off in the future and just let your bot do everything for you? I think it's common sense, right? So yeah, just wanted to clear the air there. I'm not a developer no more, right? So I'm just manually trading for the time being. Top step challenge, low barrier entry, $50 a month. I mean, it's low resistance sense, high leverage entry level to manual trading, because if I pass the challenge, I get 50K account to trade with. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Obviously, there's the one-time fee, but you still get access to that 50K if you pass it. And I'm gonna pass it. And if I don't pass it, who cares, bro? I'll get another one the next month. And then eventually, when I get the server money, I already know my algos are gonna be stupid dummy money, bro. I'd literally be sleeping and my shit will be working for me. I can't wait to get those algos up. But yeah, that's the plan. Right now, live trading. When I get the capital to pay for monthly servers, then I'll run my automated trading systems. Right now, live trading, because I'm not gonna sit around and do nothing. Yeah, I could backtest, but I've done enough backtesting and I have enough strategies in the vault to where I don't really have to backtest until I'm live testing and find out that some of them don't work, because not all of them are gonna work. But once I'm running a few and I'm live testing and some of them just turn out to be trash, I'll throw those in the trash and then I can get to back testing and finding new strategies. That's the plan. So right now, manual trading, algo trading, it's in the future a little bit. I wonder how many of you can handle that heat. How many of you can handle that drawdown without closing right there? I was down negative like 400 in that drawdown right there. Did I close? No. Is the trade over? No. You see me celebrating? No. I'm just gonna hold out until we get past that. That's just how it works, man. This is how it works, dude. This is how it works, bro. I'm tempted to close at 1R simply because I want to be in a little bit of a buffer. But at the same time, I just said I'm going to hold out to the green. So I'm going to hold out to the green. That's my take profit right there, 1.6R. I wish I could take partials, but I can't because it's just one contract. My arm is starting to hurt, dude. This is 1 minute chart, by the way. I shouldn't even be on this chart, to be honest with you. I shouldn't even be on the 1 minute. And here I am trading the 1 minute. What is that? Is that a 1.5? I'll take a 1.5, brother. I want to go. I'll take it. Bow. How many of you can handle this heat? That was negative 400 in drawdown. How many of you can handle that? Come on, dude. This is what it takes right here. I told y'all. I literally told y'all yesterday. I'll make up for it. What did I do? Now, the week is not over yet. I'll be back tomorrow. Now, really quickly, I just want to overview what I saw in the setup and why I took the trade. First of all, IV down, right? So we're higher on IV on the downside. Also, if we're looking at contracts, there's nothing significant up here besides 21,950. This is more of a long-term hold because price is so far from that. So I don't see that happening. I'm trading on the 1 minute chart. That's not bothering me. Now, if we look at puts, same thing, right? IV down, IV is the same. But we have a put here where there's high open interest. So I'm thinking we're going to tag into that 930, sweep whatever's up here, or so these guys can enter, and then we're going to continue downside. And then I'm looking at open interest in the money puts, and we can see there's a little cluster here with some decent volume, and then there's even this 100 on 21,750. Now, am I expecting price to go all the way down? Absolutely not. But what am I expecting? Well, let's look at news really quickly. 830 red folders, yellow folders, 915 medium, or is that low impact? I think that's medium impact. That's low impact, so nothing too crazy. And if we look at the trade, what I saw was this here. Let's look at 5 minute. 1 minute is too choppy. I don't even know what look I was on. It gave me an entry though, that's for sure. So on the, this is NASDAQ, by the way. So from the 8 a.m. window to the 9:30 window, I'm looking at the highs and lows here. So we have this high here, this low here. So I'm expecting bearish pricing already. I'm already expecting bearish pricing before I go into the chart because I'm looking at the tape and I'm expecting bearish. Then I hop into the chart. I take this time window from 8 to 9:30. Always take the high, take the low. Because I'm expecting bearish, I'm expecting a sweep of this high level right here. What did we get? We got the sweep on 9:30 open. 9:30 open is volume. Volume is going to be for the morning hour. So with volatility, there's uncertainty, and that means there's going to be a sweep in my head, right? So I'm expecting this sweep of this buy side liquidity. We sweep it, and then I get a entry on the 1 minute chart. I get my entry right here. So with this little gap here, that is a liquidity void. This little space here from this candle's close to this candle's open, there's a liquidity void. I enter right around there on this third candle because I already see that price is starting to change structure from bullish to bearish because we're disrespecting this low and we're creating a new high here next to this high, which is intermediate term high right there, short term high right here. Now, did we disrespect it? Yes. And that's why this is here, because in my head, if we were to close a candle above this median right here, this order block, then I would have been out of the trade. But the drawdown just wicked above there, little mohawk, touched it, and then went to my take profit. Hit my take profit, and I'm out. Take profit was right around this low here. It just stood out to me. Nothing special about that low. Actually, I think there's high OI there. Yeah, there's decently high OI here. 147. That's why I took that low, because it was in confluence with OI right here. Beautiful set. Now we're going bullish, and I'm pretty sure there's an entry here bullish. We're gonna see if I get something. So I'm seeing this is bullish entry right here because we're switching structure, and we swept sell side liquidity, so I can literally boomerang this back. I already missed it because I was talking. This is 1 minute chart. That's not a trade I would have taken anyways because I literally just won. Why am I gonna keep trading? If I'm gonna take another trade, it's gonna be a high probability trade on the 5 minute. So if I get a 5 minute entry on this, then I will consider taking a trade, but I'm not really heavily looking for a trade. And if I do get a trade, I'm not putting 500 risk because I literally just made that. I'm not gonna risk all of it on my next trade, especially in the same day. It's ridiculous, brother. I'll risk probably a 0.5% on this next trade if my setup shows it so. Again. Come on, hey. Can't turn down a free opportunity to suffer. It's raining outside. Y'all know what that means? It's cardio time. This is gonna be rough because I already technically did cardio. I did 5 miles of biking from work, bro. 5 miles of biking, but it's starting to rain even harder. I can't turn that down, brother. It's raining harder, bro. Let's go. As transparent as can possibly be. That was not 45 minutes of jump rope. That was 30. That means I have 15 more minutes to work out. So probably abs, definitely abs. I'm just trying to think of what else. You know what? I'm just gonna focus on core. I push everything else heavy. I might as well focus on core for these last 15 minutes, starting now. I'm good, dude. I'm gonna count that. 47 seconds left. I don't care. I don't care. I care. Okay. I'm gonna do like push-ups or some shit. I gotta do something. I can't let this last 47 seconds. I won't be able to sleep at night, you know? I'll start it, and then I'm gonna jump to push-ups. Can't cross it off if it ain't true. There's 47 seconds left. That ain't a full 45 minutes. No, that would have been 44 minutes and 20 seconds. That shit don't work for me. I gotta count all of it. Otherwise it's bullshit. And I ain't bullshit. Feel me? Yeah. That's the sound I want to hear. PM session started. I'll check back with y'all when I got a bunch of winnings, or maybe losses, or maybe nothing. Maybe the day will stay neutral. I emphasize right here why options data is such a cheat code to me, bro. Like, if I had this options data when I was really manually trading for like months on months, I would have never been, like, I would have hit profitability pretty quickly, bro. But then again, trading is mainly your discipline as well, so I'm even more disciplined now than I was then, of course, and I'm only gonna get even more disciplined from here on. But I don't know, is it the options data that's making a difference, or is it my discipline? I'm gonna break down what I'm seeing right here and why I'm staying out of the market. So right here is a classic bullish setup for me. So we swept this low here. This is lunch low, created at 1. We swept it for 1330 macro. I didn't take the trade because it was too close to this low. Now that right there is discipline. Another reason I didn't take and the reason I emphasize that is because I was just talking about it. The other reason I didn't take the trade is because implied volatility is still showing bearish sentiment. Now, I'm not going to let this be the biggest deciding factor on whether I take my trade or not, but if we look at open interest as well, there's nothing. There's nothing, brother. If anything, we have a lot of closing and flipping of positions here, which is telling me nobody's really interested on the downside of this market. So I'm staying away. And then there's not even enough volatility for me to be confident in anything that I would take, honestly. Now we can see right now the IV slowly starting to flip. So we have 33 and then we have 30 up here. So there might be a bullish flip here. If this flips, then I'm gonna need my price confirmation. So there's layers to everything. I'm not just gonna take it because of one signal. Like, there's multiple signals within the tape, and there's multiple signals that I'm looking for within price action, as well as time. And these are just things that I'm using to gauge whether or not I have a setup or if I should stay away. And right now I'm staying away, but I'll pick up the camera. If IV does flip and I get a bullish setup, then I'll consider it, but I'm not gonna risk any substantial amount. I would probably end up risking like $100 if I take a trade PM. We're gonna see. So I've decided to stay out of the market. I'm just now realizing why the market's so choppy and rangy, and it's because Wednesday's FOMC and then Thursday is a bank holiday. These are dangerous conditions, my friend. Dangerous conditions. I'm out. Not really dangerous, but like, I already have my win for the day. I don't need to go back into the market. I don't need to. So I'm just gonna stay away. Because I don't want to force anything. Now, I'm not going to force anything just sitting here, obviously. But the longer you sit and stare at a chart, the more you convince yourself that there's a setup when there actually is no setup. And I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to step away, take my winnings, and just be done for the day. I have other stuff to do anyways. I have editing and studies, and I have to eat my protein, bro. Like, I haven't even ate nothing all day. I got shit to do, brother. So the chart is closed. Bye-bye. I'm not gonna bother, bro. I'm not gonna bother. I already won this morning. I'm gonna close everything. Done. I got shit to do. This is what I do when I wait for setups. Who want the smoke, bro? Who want the smoke? I did have my protein yesterday. I just didn't record it. I'm not gonna record every single fucking protein meal, bro. It's not a highlight. But when it's something fire, I'm gonna fucking record it, dude. Because I could do what I want, man. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This right here is the best I ever made. This shit is so fire, bro. It's turmeric, cayenne, chili, adobo. What else I put? And some parsley flakes, bro. This shit is heat, bro. This shit is gas, bro. I need more. Every last bit, bro. That shit was so good. Of course, I got my water. Trade's about to hit take profit, but I'm gonna hold out a little bit past 1R. Just because I risked very little on this trade. This entry and exit right here was a mistake. I didn't mean to place that. That's why it was such a quick in and out. And then this entry was one that I made on purpose, obviously, because I'm still in the trade. Essentially, my stop was right here at first. I risked like 175. I moved my stop here because price shouldn't come below this level. After the creation of this candle, I just knew that if price came below this, then it's likely to hit my stop, which is already here. And so now I'm just gonna hold past 1R a little bit. There's no news, that's why I didn't risk. Or no, there is FOMC, and then tomorrow's a bank holiday, which is why I didn't risk too much on this trade, because I'm not expecting winning conditions, but I did want to get active and get my confidence back up. So we're gonna see how this trade turns out. Win or loss, doesn't matter to me. So we hit 1R, which was my initial profit. I'm considering considering whether I should close and not be greedy or if I should just hold out and see what happens, because I didn't risk much anyways. I'll probably hold out till 250, which is likely gonna be like around 1.5 around here. We'll see. So I'm gonna hold out to this level here. There's a high there, and that high matches up with 1.44 R, as well as the quadrants around here between this 0.5 and this 1. There's a quadrant around here which lines up nicely. I think it's a good target. This level here is high OI. This level here is 21,850. 150. What am I looking? Where's my OI? Hold on, let me fix it. Okay, so I removed delta gamma just for simplicity purposes, but 850 has 309 OI with decently high volume, and so this is why I kind of have this marked out here, and we're about to hit this. I'm just waiting to see the candle come past this point here. Literally, like, just poke its head out a little bit so I can close. There you go. Touch that red, baby. Go on. I'm not doing this, bro. I hate doing that when you're just waiting for it to just touch it and it's just right there, bro. Like, I'm just gonna close. It was close enough and it was already past my initial target, so I'm happy with that. I don't even care. I'm just gonna touch it right now. Yeah, see? Yeah, who cares? It was a little bit. All right, anyways, I marked out this level. It was high OI with decently medium to high volume. And another reason I want to get out of this trade quickly is because I didn't want to hold past 10:30. There's a news event at 10:30. So there is crude oil inventories. Nothing big, nothing major, but it's a low impact news driver. It's still a news driver at the end of the day. And if we look at implied volatility, it's pointing towards the downside. So any type of volatility that I'm expecting from any type of news driver is, for me, going in the direction of implied volatility, which is down. And I was going bullish. I'm not going to stay in the trade past 10:30, understanding that implied volatility is going down. And if there's any type of news driver at 10:30, I'm expecting price to go down. That was my reasoning. Another thing, I was looking at this setup here for the 1 minute chart close to market open, but it didn't give me entry. And if it did give me entry, it would have been a clean ass setup, clean setup. Literally, implied volatility was going down. 9:30 hit, we went down. Okay, that ended, and then we just started rallying up slowly, which is what I expected. And then we had a market structure shift here, as well as a fair value gap and a liquidity void, but we never touched back into it, and the price just kept climbing, which is okay because I ended up getting this. And either way, I would have accepted that and not chase price. Obviously, I held through all of this, and around this point is where I was like, okay, this trade is invalid. Past the take profit, and we're past all of that. Like, there's no need to even look at the trade anymore. But I had this still here just so I can show you guys what I was looking at in the morning. I am expecting price to touch this level here. Reason I didn't hold out is, like I said, I'm not trying to hold past 10:30. I just wanted to get out of the trade quickly and secure my bag. But yeah, that's it for the day. There's no PM session today because, like I said, there's FOMC. I'm not even gonna open the charts on FOMC. Like, to be honest with you, I'm not touching nothing on FOMC. I'm just gonna work the rest of the day and not touch the charts. Like, this shit, like, it's crazy. 850 right there. That's that high OI level. 850 right there, literally right there. I was off a little bit, so it was actually right here. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Love it. I love it, dude. I love the game, dude. I can't wait to get back to algo trading, though. That's gonna be, can you imagine applying this to algo trading? It's gonna be what I'm doing times 10, because there can be literally a bunch of bots built off of hold for fire truck. Who the fuck decided to start a fire right now? Anyways, can you imagine this data being used for an algorithm, an automated trading system, as well as my price action? It'll be this times 10, because I can run 10 different strategies of pure price action that I have in the vault, and then add the options data. And it would be literally 10 of me at this desk. At this desk, it would be 10 of me just extracting profits. I can't wait for that. But yeah, it's time to work out and do all that other shit that I got to do. Let's get to the real work. Y'all know me. Extract your winnings, accept your loss, close the chart. 1 to 3 trades per day. No emotion, just close. Let's work. So real quick, just so y'all know, I'm not trading a 50K demo account. I mean, technically I am, but I'm in a top step combine for 50K. And this is yesterday. First day was a losing day, 120, that was Monday. And then my winning day, which was yesterday, was 850. That was yesterday. Yesterday was 850, and then today was like 200 something. And it's not gonna update until later in the day, so. But we're about a quarter of the way to the profit target and reaching funded account, and I already know I'm gonna reach it. Yeah, dude. Whether I reach the funded account or not, success is given to those who put in consistent effort.
Workout complete. Let's check the pump. So, I didn't train legs, mainly because yesterday was jump rope and my calves are destroyed, as well as my shins. I feel like my bones are like slowly being fractured and rebuilt every time I have a heavy jump rope day, which makes sense. It's essentially what's happening. I'm gassed. I don't know what else I'm filming for content today. I did trading. I did training. I guess there could be a time lapse of studies. I don't really record studies anymore. It's not the main focal point. We'll see what I'm feeling.
Unfortunately, no sauce. There's no ketchup, there's no barbecue or rice, but all that matters is I got my protein and it tastes good as shit. I'm about to tear this up. I will turn up the audio. I don't want to get copyrighted because I'm playing music, like ambient music behind this. I don't want to get copyrighted, bro. But the protein is smacking right now. Y'all know my seasonings. Fire, bro. I'm about 1/3 to the target profit. $2,100 of profits to make, and tomorrow the market's closed, so more than likely I'll hit it next week. Just an update on the challenge combine. Best day 850, worst day -100. Average winning day is 500. Again, it's only 2 days of trading, or 3 days actually. First day was a loss, a losing day, which was -119. The second day was the best day, 850. And then the third day, which was today, was like 200, 250 in winnings. And the reason today was so low is because I didn't risk much. Yeah, so 202 today. So day one, -119. Day two, positive 850. Day three, which was today, 202. Not bad. I just didn't risk much. This trade could have easily been like 600, 700. But again, I didn't want to risk much due to market conditions. And so I'm not regretting it at all. But this is just the update on the combine.
This is the real color of the shirt when it's not wet. This is the color of the shirt when it's soaked. How much sweat equity you be putting in at work, brother? Don't get it twisted though. Just cause I work hard at work don't mean I don't work hard at home. You could work hard at work, but you better make sure you're working just as hard, if not harder, on yourself.
Bank holiday, unfortunately. So I'm not gonna be touching the charts at all. No trading today. Just a quick update on the account because I don't remember if I showed you guys yesterday, but we're sitting at 900 in profit, about 1/3 of the way to the profit target. Studies complete. As usual, when I study books, I go by the chapter. I don't go by time. The stopwatch is just for reference. There's more work to do though. I ain't done here.
Let's check the pump, man. I'm tempted to rip this off. It's already ripped. But I only have 2 of these left. And I'm not trying to go to the store. I added the 20-pound dumbbell right here. I was holding it like this as I was doing sit-ups. It was the first time I added weights to sit-ups. Such an improvement, bro. I felt it more. I wish I had resistance bands so I could add it on the pull-up bar because my old ones broke. I was doing crunches like this. The resistance bands, those shit broke. Pump is looking puffy. I swear, it feels like every day I'm making crazy progress. And it's such a good feeling, bro. Especially the core. My core and my calves are my biggest weaknesses. Everything else I never had a problem because I never trained core and I never trained calves. But now I'm hitting full body every single day, bro. Such an improvement. I love it, bro. I'm addicted. I love the game, dude.
Protein, baby. A pound of lean meat, you already know the deal. A half pound of chicken, shredded chicken, some salad, some sweet potatoes, and cheese. Unfortunately, still no sauce. It's tough. But of course, I'm pairing this with water. It's empty right now, I gotta fill it. Forgot to mention there's also some rice in here. I just kind of mixed it all together. And beans. Beans as well. As I dig in, I find more that I forgot to mention. Like there's beans right there, brother. That's all though, that's all. When I said fill it up, I meant with real water. I don't drink faucet water, all right? Oh shit. Fuck. No faucet water here. I ain't no DJing.
I just got back home. One thing I really like about biking to and from work, it's such a good quad pump. It's such a good pump on the quads, dude. That's why I'm not complaining. It's not really, there's no point to complain about anything. Always got to see the light, brother. In whatever situation you're in, and just smile, bro. Like, yeah, I'm biking to and from work. It's an extra exercise. If anything, I'm just getting more shredded. And a free leg workout. It's great. Anyways, I'm gonna get ready for equities open. It's 8:56 right now. Today should be a good trading day. Not risking too much. Most I'll risk is probably 300. I'm not trying to do too much on the charts because it's Friday, end of week, but might actually find a really decent setup with tape reading because it's the end of a weekly contract rather than daily contracts. So the OIs should be more magnetic. So we're gonna find out. So it's 9:25 now. So 9:25. We're close to equities open. I haven't checked the charts. I literally walked away, went to do a few things. Volatility's looking nuts, bro. Yeah, no, I'm not taking 930 setup. This is ridiculously flat and ridiculously high. So there's going to be some crazy move coming. Yeah, this is ridiculous, bro. 221% throughout. It's just flat, bro. 284 right here. I mean, high OI, 284, 166. That's interesting. At 21,800 down here. That's quite interesting. Let's mark that. This is interesting. These guys have been holding for a while because you can see there's no volume. No new open positions on this level here for puts, which means that people have been holding out on this for a while. Same thing over here. So 21,900 is a level to watch as well. And that's up here. That's bullish. So I'm thinking because we have the such high OI on 21,800 with implied volatility that we're going to just probably sweep here, come up, or sweep here, come down. One or the other, but those are the levels I'm looking at. So here was, let's just put the stats. So open interest 530, IV, let's put 930, 928. IV is at, that was 29, right? Okay. IV is at 90. That's good. Because it's different, right? It's not flat. That's really good. Volume 156. So that's a good, that's good. I'm gonna just dual screen here because I'm only looking at calls anyways. So I'm gonna stop the recording of this session here because within this same recording and same session, I found out Monday, which is today, that the reason the market froze at 9:30 is simply because the futures contract expired. I'm assuming quarterly or seasonally for June. So I had to be trading the September contract, I believe. And I'll fast forward to that bit so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And so I wasn't prepared for that. I am new to trading futures, so these things are supposed to happen. So I just completely missed all of Friday's sessions because after that, I didn't really dig in or do enough research or at least search up the correct thing to find this out on Friday to where I can be active for Friday. So not a big deal. Just missed a extra session, but starting this week, obviously, I'm trading the correct futures contract. I definitely did. Oh no, IV is 700. Yeah, that's how you know it's ridiculously high when you think you messed it up. IV is 700. Or it was. I don't know if it still is. It's 9:30. Why aren't we on the 9:30 candle? What happened? What's going on here? The market just stopped? What's going on, dude? This is not a good sign. This is quite concerning. The market just stopped. Am I missing something? Is it a holiday? I'm over here ready for action and the market just froze. Now that you know what I'm talking about, I'm going to spare you time and fast forward, or rather time lapse through my panic research of trying to figure out if it was a holiday or if we were actually in World War III. Now my application just doesn't work. Fantastic. Oh, this is annoying. I don't even know what to do right now. Like, it's just annoying, bro. You know what's super annoying? On Trade Locker, it's the stakes are moving. It shows a 9:30 candle. Trading View's not opening. Weevil is opening. Bro, give me a second. Beyond just... I think the futures market's closed. Because
Up top on Trade Locker, the index market is open. NASDAQ is moving, and it's been moving since 9:30. Futures are frozen. I'm looking at Webull tape. It's frozen. Nothing's moving. I'm trying to open TradingView. I don't know what the fuck that's about. Application error. It's just not opening. So I gotta figure that out before Monday next week. But yeah, no trading, bro. It's not even like I missed anything. It just spiked up and went down on the index, but the futures isn't. I'm supposed to be trading on futures anyways. The index does me no good. So it's not like I can trade anything anyways because nothing is working. Shit is frozen. The tape is frozen. I'm pretty sure on TradingView, the futures contract, whatever, is frozen as well. I think because contracts expire on the 20th, I think that's why. And so maybe I was looking at the wrong. Who cares, dude? I'll be back next week. I gotta work out.
Till I rest in the grave, I'm making a mark and etching my name. I get it, you feeling the way, but when you try throwing your shade, we throwing grenades.
Workout complete. That was a good one. It was rough. Nothing crazy. Small improvements every single day. That's what matters. Consistency. Every single day. Not really a pump. I mean, obviously there's a pump, but I'm not feeling that strong right now. I feel beat. I feel beat. Feels good though. I just need recovery. I'm on like 3 hours of sleep, brother. 3 hours of sleep, 4-hour shift, 10 miles biking, 45-minute working out, and I'm going outside later because the sun's out. It's beautiful. Man, this is great. Life is awesome, dude. Life is awesome.
Protein, no chicken today. Chicken's frozen, and I didn't want to wait like hours. I had protein bars, and I'm sick of them. I'm sick of those shit, bro. I'm sick of them. But eventually, I want protein bars again when it's snack time. But right now, bro, I've had enough of those shits. I don't want to know anything about them, dude. I had 3 today. No thank you, bro. I want some real food. So that's why I'm not trying to wait for the chicken. But protein and work.
Listen, I know I said I was done with the bars, but as soon as I was done with that beef, I needed some type of dessert.
I tried, bro. But I cannot focus for shit. I'm still on 3 hours of sleep. My brain is just flatline, dog. I tried.
I'm gonna have to put a big X on the book studies. An X on 6MX. It sucks, bro, but I can't. I'm taking good notes, but my brain is just like flat, bro. Like slow, bro. I need sleep bad. You're not supposed to study on 3 hours of sleep, brother. It just doesn't work like that. Our brains aren't conditioned for that. Yeah, I could sit here and sit through the pain and just push through it. But am I really retaining the information? Not really. I'm just writing stuff down at that point. I'm taking good notes, but I need to retain the information. And right now, all I can think about is sleep.
So it was supposed to be studies and then edit for a few, because I have a shit ton of editing to do. Like a shit ton of editing. I have like all of the clips from this week to edit and then refine in audio and sound effects and cuts and just a bunch of content. Almost like 2 hours that needs to be trimmed down to a minimum of half an hour. An entire week of worth of content. I was supposed to edit, but with the way my brain is right now, I'm just gonna hop in bed, pop open a book, and read until I fall asleep. And then wake up at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and just bang that shit out. This is the last clip for the entire week. To sum up the week, I performed, brother. I performed. Everything, 90% of everything that has went on that yellow notepad has a check mark on it. 90% of everything on that notepad right there has a check mark on it. And I'll put the notepad through every day on here. Monday through Friday will be on here. I don't remember if I did Saturday or Sunday, but we're gonna see. Because I didn't record that much clips for Saturday or Sunday, but I don't remember if I put anything on the notepad. But yeah, bro, 90% of everything on that notepad, I can guarantee you, has a check mark on it. That's progress. That's consistency. For next week, I've made 1/3 of the profits needed to hit the profit target, top step. That's around 1K. I'm sitting at 933, but we're gonna round it to 1K, okay? You're supposed to make 3K in profits. I have 2K left to make. Next week, there's more trading days than there was this week. So next week, I'm either going to be, I don't wanna say funded, but I wanna say I'm gonna be funded next week because you gotta have the confidence, man. Then again, anything can happen, right? Especially we're talking about US markets here. Anything can happen. So either I'll be funded. I'm definitely not gonna be blown. I'm not blowing an account in a week, bro. That's ridiculous, dog. A week? No, dude. We're smart. We're smart and disciplined here. You better not blow your fucking account in 1 week. If you're blowing your account in 1 week, get off my fucking channel, bro. Because you ain't disciplined enough to be here. But if you do want to be disciplined enough to be here, then fucking stick around, watch what I do, and follow my footsteps, brother. Because I'm here to actually put in work and be disciplined, get funded, make money, get fucking shredded, and just make progress, brother. Just make progress. I'll catch y'all next week.